Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and today we are taking a look at James Hollingshead and Samson Dauda for some reason. I know the Arnold Classic is coming up, and this has nothing to do with that, but I had this one on the back burner for quite some time, and I figured if I don't do it now, then when am I going to do it? James Hollingshead and Samson Dauda, they had a bit of an internet feud sometime last year. You guys remember James Hollingshead? He doubted how much Samson Dauda weighed. He weighed himself. He was 300 plus pounds, and him and I think it was Jamie Joe Hall were laughing it up, saying, "Oh, there's no way he weighs that much." But anyway, James Hollingshead was ranked so much higher at that time. He had his ticket to the Olympia, winning shows all over the place. Samson Dauda had yet to come into his own, and now Samson Dauda, he's the one with the ticket to the Olympia for this year's Olympia. And James Hollingshead disappointed with a 12th place finish, if I'm not mistaken, at last year's Mr. Olympia. So now it seems like kind of the tables have turned. I think maybe Samson Dauda might be able to bully James Hollingshead around as far as the verbal diarrhea that comes out of some of these guys. But anyway, there was no front double from James Hollingshead. So we will begin with the front lat spread. And before I totally begin this one, guys, yesterday's fan requested Friday matchup, I agreed to do all the other requests. If you guys hit 1,000 thumbs ups on this video, we're almost there. It's at 600. So come on, guys, go over to that video. We can get 400 thumbs ups, no problem. Come on. But anyway, back to this matchup. Dare I say, James Hollingshead, he was not at his best. At his best at the Olympia, you can see, midsection, he lacks pop, he lacks wow, the wow factor that he did have at other events. And I gotta say, Samson Dauda has improved so much since the whole you don't weigh 300 plus pounds thing that these guys had. Anyway, turn to the side here because James Hollingshead stood no chance in the front lat, and dare I say the front double as well. Now the side, Hollingshead is a friggin' beast. He's a friggin' beast, but he should be more of a friggin' beast compared to a guy like Samson Dauda. Would have been last year, but like I said, he kind of dropped the ball at the Olympia. Samson's legs. Now, this wasn't happening at the British Grand Prix. Was it 2020 or maybe 2021 British Grand Prix? These guys competed, and it was not even close between these guys. And now, look, James Hollingshead, he still has a big, thick pack, but like I said, he lacks that vascularity, that pop, that wow. Anyway, could have been a lot of good-looking young ladies backstage at the Olympia. I mean, Ashley Kaltweiser was there. I mean, imagine seeing her back there. Might throw you off your game. She is a good-looking woman. But anyway, a lot of the other ones too. Let's have a look at the back developments. Now, this could be a situation where I spoke too soon. Look at how dry Hollingshead is. From behind, he looks like, your traditional James Hollingshead. He looks pretty good. Pretty good indeed, and I wager to say Samson Dauda might not be very a clear picture for him, but I gotta say there's just no way he's as dry as big shed James Hollingshead. Rear lat. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Samson Dauda's back. He has those Regan Grime type lat insertions. Ooh, Regan Grime gets a name drop there. Kai Green type lat insertions where Hollingshead does not. Definitely does not. But he's twice as dry in the glutes, guys. Speaking as a judge, a real judge, they're going to give this matchup to James Hollingshead based on those two back shots. Or would they? I think if it was these guys going for the win of an event, they would. But I think jumbled up in an Olympia lineup, they might give Samson the win between these two. And I'll tell you what I mean. I'll tell you why. Because you turn back to the front, and Samson is going to win in lineups from the front, from the side. I mean, these guys are both kind of hitting this the same way. Fantastic. James Hollingshead should be winning this one. With his size, he's like a big bull. He's like a big British bull. He's the British bulldog. He has the big tricep, but conditioning wins every time. So at the end of the day, I guess seeing those back shots, Hollingshead's the clear winner? I don't know. Abs and thigh. Now this one is pretty even, I would suggest. Samson Dauda. He has a very aesthetically pleasing physique, but he doesn't have the most separation in those abs. Maybe he switched with Nick Walker, whereas Nick Walker, a bigger waistline, but much more separated abs. Fantastic. The shape, the overall shape and flow. Both of these guys. I like these abs and thighs. They just lack, like I said, depth in the ab muscles themselves. So who's winning between these guys in this shot? I don't know. Nobody really. It's a tie game. You're not going to win an entire competition with a victory like this. Like you can't say, oh, Samson's winning because he's winning the abs and thigh. No way. Just doesn't float with me. Most muscular. Now this one here, I wager to say, shows what I mean. James Hollingshead. Look at the pictures from his Europa Pro. Did he win the Europa Pro? The British Grand Prix. He was so full and massive. He was a mastodon. And here he seems a little depleted. Maybe it wasn't the women backstage. Maybe he needed to poop. Maybe that really affected him. You know what I'm saying, guys? Definitely could affect you. And you got Samson Dauda over there. He feels great. He doesn't need to do anything. He's raw. Look at me. I am the winner. And in a lot of ways, he is the winner in this one. I would probably pick him as the winner in this one. But you know, the judges are going to give it to James Hollingshead. So this is a split decision, guys. At the end of the day, I don't want to give you guys a product that isn't worthy of your very high standards. So to tell you the truth, the blunt honesty of the situation, the judges would probably give it to James Hollingshead because he was drier from behind. And I know that kind of sounds ridiculous. Hey, I side with you guys. I think Samson Dauda was the clear winner just because he was more aesthetically pleasing. And when conditioning is the question, he was the more conditioned man from the front by far. Hit thumbs up on the video and let me know where you guys would place these two dudes. And maybe let me know where you think the judges would have these guys placed if we use these two versions. Prague Pro for Samson Dauda. And of course, Olympia for James Hollingshead. Hit thumbs up on the video and go over to yesterday's fan requested Friday video. The Regan Grimes versus Brett Wilkin. No S. Wilkin. Have a great day, guys.